Hi and welcome back, children. You're about to watch part 3 of Data Handling and Probability chapter. Before proceeding with part 3, please ensure that you have watched part 2. From the previous videos, we have understood to collect the data, organize it, and summarize it using the representative values. Now, we need to find ways to present the data so that we can share the results of a finding with other people. There are many ways of presenting data to show the results, including written reports, tables, and graphs. Out of these, graphs hold a special place because they are very useful and they give a clear picture of the results and makes it easier for the reader to understand. Such type of graphs are bar graphs or double bar graphs. We will learn in detail in this section. The study of bar graphs is followed by probability. Nearly every day you use probability. Do you know how? Meteorologists can't predict exactly what the weather will be, so they use such tools to determine the likelihood that it will rain, snow, or hail. They can examine historical data as well to guess and estimate the high and low temperatures. What are bar graphs? Bar graphs represent data using rectangular bars with heights or lengths proportional to the values that they represent. The bars can be plotted vertically or horizontally. A vertical bar chart is sometimes called a column chart. The graph represents categories on one axis and either a discrete value or a continuous one on the other. The ultimate goal is to show the relationship between the two axes. This is an example of a bar graph. The important elements of a bar graph are the title, the x-axis, the y-axis, and the data bars. This bar graph represents the games liked by students. The x-axis represents the categories of games and the y-axis represents number of students. What are double bar graphs? Double bar graphs are graphs that display information using two bars beside each other at various heights. The bars can be arranged vertically or horizontally. Double bar graphs help us to compare two data sets at the same time. For example, imagine you work for an ice cream company and just did a survey to find out which flavor of ice cream is the favorite among some first grade students. You can choose to plot a bar graph. But if you would like to compare this data with the choice of some second grade students too, you can plot a double bar graph. Simple. Look at this example of a double bar graph. This graph indicates the favorite sports of students. Here there are two data sets. One indicates that of girls and the other that of boys. We are able to compare the favorite sports of girls and boys at the same time. Now we have come to the second section of part 3, chance and probability. What is chance and how is it different from probability? Chance is simply the possibility of something happening. If chance is defined in mathematics, it's called probability. Chance is used in common day language, whereas probability is mostly used in order to express the chance in terms of numbers. Look at the following picture. These are instances where chance and probability comes into action. Example A shows the clouds. The clouds may rain or may not rain, right? Example B shows a basketball. The ball may fall into the basket or no. Example C shows a rolling dice. The dice may show a 5 or may display a 3 or any of the 6 faces, right? What are events? Events are nothing but outcomes of a random experiment. As we have just seen in the previous slide, example A shows clouds. Clouds that may rain or may not rain. So there are two possible outcomes. Example B shows a basketball. The basketball may land in the basket or may not. Again, we have two possible outcomes. Example C shows a rolling dice. The dice may display any one of the 6 faces. So here we have 6 possible outcomes. Clear? Now, chance is associated with the following terms: likely, less likely, most likely, certainly, impossible, etc. Because chance is used in our common day language. But probability is a mathematical term and it is calculated by measuring the chance of events and expressing the same through fractions or percentages. Probability is the possibility of an event to occur. In example A, there were two outcomes, that is, the clouds will rain or will not rain, right? Now here we are choosing the event that the clouds will rain. So the probability of this event is 1 divided by 2. That is the favorable outcome divided by total number of outcomes. Similarly, in example B, the ball doesn't fall into the basket is the chosen event. Here again the probability is 1 by 2 since the total number of outcomes is 2. In example C, the rolling dice displays 4 is the chosen event. Here the probability is 1 by 6 because the total number of outcomes here is 6. Look at this example where scale of chance is explained. Can you match the fractions with the scale of chance in choosing blue color? Here is the answer. Picture A shows that the blue fraction will certainly be chosen. Picture B indicates that the blue fraction will most likely be chosen. Picture C shows that the blue fraction or the yellow fraction have equal chances of getting picked up. Picture D shows the unlikely event of picking up a blue fraction. Picture E shows that the blue fraction cannot be chosen at all. This example indicates the scale of chance and few instances. Can you match them? Did you get the answers right? small recap of what we learned: interpretation of bar graphs and double bar graphs. We also learnt about chance and probability. We have gone through few examples to illustrate the same. So we have come to the end of the chapter. Hope you are thorough with the concepts of what all we learnt. See you in the next chapter. Follow our video worksheets and video quizzes after the video lessons. These would definitely tone up your understanding. Stay tuned and keep watching EdSpell Education.